Oh, it was in. Okay. Well, there you go. Got that on film.
I won't mess up.
Sounds good.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here with Matt, the owner of the shop. We're shooting another podcast episode. We're going to kind of get to know him a little bit and the shop and what they have to offer for a lot of you guys that maybe don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing this with us.
Thanks for the opportunity to tell more people about what it is we do.
For sure. Well, and it's a super cool ride. We like to do it in the cars that we're with you, obviously, so we wanted to pick one of your cars. And what a cool one to be in. I've actually never been in one before.
This is, and this one looks great, and it's a little hot rodded, so it drives better than most.
Yeah. Well, and you were just saying this is your first time driving it since it's been fixed, right?
Yeah.
Because you guys just restored it.
Yeah. Yep. Fresh off the truck.
Yeah. So if we miss a couple gears or something, it's his first time driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about the shop. Myself included, even for my own knowledge, I've heard about you guys. I have friends that are members of the shop.
Yeah.
From my understanding, it was really like designed for people that don't have the space at home. They can store their car here, they can work on their car here. So somebody like me that does have a shop, I was never interested, but I've heard through the grapevine it's more than that. So
yeah.
I'd love for you to tell us what some of that stuff is.
It's designed by car guys for car guys. So the concept of the shop isn't just for working. The idea came from when I was working on the car. I was working on a 49 Chevy pickup truck in my garage on Queen Anne. And I was laying on the ground and I was like, man, I wish there was a place I could go to where I could put a car on the lift and like people who actually knew what they were doing could help me, like, you know, tune this engine or do whatever it was. And I was like, I kind of like shop class in high school.
Totally.
And anyway, so that's where the idea was sort of launched in my brain. And then as the years went on, I just thought I didn't feel comfortable like joining any car clubs, but yet I belonged to other clubs here in Seattle where people socialized and did things, and I just thought, well, there should be something else.
Right.
And I visited some other social clubs around the country, and I thought, you know, there needs to be one focused on car and motorcycle enthusiasts. And for me, it's both, because I'm an equal opportunity exploiter of 2 wheels versus 4 wheels.
Yeah, and I am as well. Yeah. I tracked motorcycles growing up.
Yeah. Well, my parents forbid me from riding motorcycles, so
yeah.
I bought my first one when I was like 15, and I hid it in the woods behind my house. So my mom saw me riding it down the street one day.
That's good.
So anyway, I have a passion for cars and motorcycles. I also have a passion for businesses. And before I started the shop club, I was in software.
Okay.
And worked on a couple of startups here in Seattle. And then eventually some bigger companies, and then my last job I had before starting the shop was running a software company in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Wow.
And I was living in Europe, and I was riding all over the place and driving cool cars and having great experiences. And then my dad died, actually, which was a changing point in my life for many reasons, but he worked for the same company for 37 years, retired to go do what he loved, and then died within 2 years of retiring, basically.
Wow.
So it sort of made me think about, that was good. That was a good one. Made me think about, well, what is you know, what's important in life?
Yeah.
Do something you enjoy and love. And I shifted my focus from, you know, my traditional career, and I said I wanted to do something for people that I was passionate about.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, the idea of the shop is something I've wanted to do. And, you know, I just had the opportunity and the timing and the point in my life where I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. And we started here in Seattle. But I wanted it to be more than just a place you work on your cars. I wanted it to be a place where you spend time. You know, everybody talks about the third home, you know, and a coffee shop, but I wanted to hang out in a car shop.
Right.
And when I would work on or restore old cars, if I had an expert doing it, they never wanted you around. It's like, hey, you know,
they're like, get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Right.
You know, so I just wanted a place that was very open.
Yeah.
So,
well, we would like to thank our sponsor for this podcast episode. That is LeMay. And we are playing with their amazing slot car track. This hits close to home for me. When I was a little kid, I grew up with slot cars. We've had them since I was like 4 years old. And I still have all the old cars. But when can people experience this, Jake?
Yeah, so this is part of our Boone racing experience down here on the second floor in the museum. We have the simulators, we have the slot car track. As you mentioned, this is just so classic for anyone that loves cars or grew up with one of these around the Christmas tree. All different models you can pick from and choose to race with. And this is available to use when we're open to the public, Thursday through Monday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can come down here and use this so that there's more to do here than just looking at the cars. So when you come and see the cars, definitely come down and check this out on the second floor. This is a really cool interactive experience. You can actually also rent this space out after hours as well. So we've done like corporate parties, like Super Bowl watch parties, stuff like that. Car clubs that come down and do racing simulators against each other, like competition, stuff like that, pizza parties, birthdays. This is a really cool interactive space, a lot of energy. That's a great spot to come hang out.
Super cool. Thank you.
So it was about working on your car. I wanted a social aspect of it. And I thought that food and beverage was a huge component of anything that you do socially.
Totally.
So I wanted it to have its own restaurant. And I also know from belonging to other clubs or social clubs that food is usually terrible.
Right, for sure.
So, and the kind of thing where, you know, one of the clubs that I belong to, you have a food minimum where every month you have to go eat. And you always feel like at the end of the month you're like, did I use my food minimum? I'm like, I gotta go spend my money.
Right.
Or with Derby, as the name of our restaurant, I wanted it to be, you know, really good food and beverages in a place that you would come to and you discover
actually.
That you would discover there's also a club involved. So anyway, that's where the concept of Derby and the shop club and everything was started, and we offer a variety of services that you can do there. Obviously there's the social aspect of it, which we can get into, but where we do a lot of events and car related, motorcycle related, but also food, beverage, social stuff, and then if you want to get in the weeds, you can put your car on, you can go to our app, you reserve a car lift. We provide all the tools, throw your car in the air. We have experts who are on our staff, and our service model is you can do your own service work on the lift. You can hire an expert to teach you how to do it.
Wow.
Or you can just, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, our experts will do it. And that's a whole like big part of our business and what I wanted to deliver. I always felt like I was getting kind of like
taken advantage of.
And I never really knew the full story about when I took my car somewhere. We were at odds of, he was trying to make money, I understood, but I was trying to build something cool and save money.
Sure.
And so, our in-house service department is really geared towards enthusiasts who, you can trust. And we value a long-term relationship. And so when we're working on somebody's car, we're not trying to get them for every dollar.
Right.
We're trying to do what's fair and what's right, and we're totally transparent. They're invited back. They can work on their car. It's a totally different experience. So that's part of what we deliver value to our members. We have a reduced service rate for our members, and then of course the part of the business that I underestimated was the demand for storage. And
you look like a full house.
Yeah. Well, we are full, and but I think I significantly underestimated that.
It looks like it's at an angle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Second gear, I found it.
That must be why they're printed.
Yeah.
That's strange. Like I said, I've never even been in one of these.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool that they show you.
We'll have to get a shot of that. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that is, the service, the social, the storage. It's all part of it. And then Another part of the business that's really grown is, and it's through customers dragging us into it, is the auto group, where we help people buy, sell, and consign cars.
Oh.
And that is open to the public and available. It started off as a members-only service. And again, the whole dynamic has changed in that we're not a used car lot trying to make every dollar off, someone.
Yeah, you're helping
We're just trying to feed people's passions.
Totally.
So whether they want to buy something cool, find something cool, or trade out of something,
right,
sign their cars. We have a partnership that we launched a couple years ago with Bring a Trailer,
okay,
where we're one of their certified
I didn't know that.
authorized resellers of cars on their platform, so that if people want help selling their car and Bring a Trailer, we'll do it for them.
That's awesome. I didn't know you guys did all that.
Yeah.
So then you also do like events, I've noticed, because like we've had a couple of our toy drives actually end at your building. So, and I've also seen the Avance people like Chrissy and Adam, they have events there. So I've noticed, and that's kind of what got my attention, honestly, was when Chrissy posted on her story that she was over at your shop. And I was like, wait, they do more than just working on, like, they do more than just letting you come use their shop.
Yep.
That's kind of what I always thought you were. So is that a regular thing? Do you have certain groups you do stuff with?
I mean, we'll do stuff with any car or motorcycle related group. We're equal opportunity gatherers of things and of events and people, and what we strive to be is the center of the car and motorcycle community in all of the places that we're at. And we just been talking about Seattle, but we opened one in Dallas about 3 years ago, and we opened one in Houston about a year ago.
Oh wow! I knew about the Dallas one. I didn't know about Houston.
And the other cool thing is, when our members go and visit all the other clubs, when you're a member to one, you're a member to all of them. But they're all a little different, and it's really neat. We're going to continue to expand.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it's doing good for you.
Yeah, and we have 3 levels of membership. One level is just social member, where you can come in and hang out, have access to the events, have access to member rates and services, but you may not be a car person who's going to wrench on their car, or you don't want to store a car.
Right.
So we have a membership just for social.
So somebody like me that has a shop would probably be the most interested in that.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 other tiers, and what are those?
So the other tier, the next step, we call it a premium level member, and that is, again, full access to all of the services that we offer, including storage. And then we have a founding membership, which we only sell 50 of, and right now in Seattle we're, I think, out of founding members, but founding members is just a special group of 50 people, and we do specific events for them. We do dinners, we do drives. If we have a limited, sometimes we get offered opportunities to participate in something, but we only have a limited number of tickets or seats that we can fill. We get our first access. We get our founding members first access.
And I'm a charter member of Avance. I think it's maybe similar.
Yeah, like, it is very similar to that.
Get a couple little perks that the standard membership doesn't get.
Yeah.
Is that what Eric is?
Eric is a founding member, yep.
Okay. And I vaguely remember him saying something about that.
And an investor, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Maybe he did say that. I didn't know for sure, so I wasn't Eric's a cool guy. I like Eric.
Yeah. He was one of the early believers and supporters of this whole idea.
And this was the first place, so you were really like...
just getting started.
I mean, and you really kind of had to prove yourself.
Well, it was an idea in my head that I put on paper, and then I started to, I sort of jumped in with both feet, and then I leased the building and started building out. And then people came and saw it, and they're like, wow, this is like nothing I've ever seen before. And so we got a handful of local people involved as initial investors, and it's been growing ever since.
Was there a lot of obstacles in the early days, like maybe dealing with the city? I'm assuming there had to have been some, from what I've heard of Seattle. I'm in the construction industry, not wanting the restaurant next to cars. And just...
that wasn't as much of a problem as I didn't know about substantial altercations, so that when you put a certain amount of money into a building or you do certain improvements, it triggers the whole building to be brought up to code. That was my first lesson in,
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
in commercial construction. So we had to do like all kinds of earthquake retrofitting
Really?
and insulation. And you know, I have previously no experience in commercial real estate. Now I feel like I'm an expert.
Right.
You know, between upgrading properties and remodeling them to you know, buying our last two locations in Dallas and in Houston, we bought the building.
Right.
And so
A little more control,
learned
probably.
a lot more control.
Yeah.
And certainty and all that stuff. So
Yeah, that was probably pretty nerve-wracking, starting this up. Like, anytime you're diving into a new venture,
yeah.
I mean, you don't know for sure it's going to work out.
Oh my gosh, no! I was rolling the dice big time, and have committed a lot of personal time, capital, and resources. But you know, again, for me, it's about, I love that part.
Yeah.
I love creating. I love building. I love doing something that people haven't done before, and then the joy that I really get from this. And honestly, it sounds like a cliche, but you can't put money on it. Is seeing people's faces
Right.
when they walk in the first time. They're like, "Holy cow, what is this place? Oh my God!" You know.
Yeah.
And they come in for the restaurant. Somebody brings them in for a dinner or lunch, and it's just I just love that
Yeah.
part of it. Yeah, and a lot of members who build things. We've probably built over the course of the 7 years we've been in business. There's probably about 20 or 30 people who have fully restored cars.
Really?
And you know, it's just such a fun aspect of the whole thing, and people are truly grateful to provide this like platform for them to experience.
I mean, imagine
what
if
they
you
love.
live in a condo or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah. And the other thing we offer that I love doing too, because it kind of keeps it alive, is I enjoyed learning how to weld when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And so one of my goals was to teach welding classes. And so we have classes for different things, but one of them is welding. And you have beginner and intermediate and advanced welding courses so that members can learn how to weld. Now, maybe they've never welded anything in their life other than take the class, but it's just incredible to learn
Totally.
how metal works, and it just gives you even more appreciation for what people do to cars.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And like, I was kind of late to the learning how to weld game too.
Yeah.
And so when I first started, I was like, well, before I started, I was like, oh, I can do that. It's no problem. And then I started, I'm like, holy smokes, this is pretty tough.
Yeah.
Like getting the bead, like laying nice beads down, like it's an art.
No better appreciation for welding than trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And try and recreate what you've seen here.
Exactly. Well, and speaking of recreating what you've seen, so my Noble, I built this big, huge swan neck, like. So the first year I was invited out with the Koenigsegg's to go film the Koenigsegg's. There was like 13 of them, right?
Wow.
And I just kind of fell in love with the swan neck and the active arrow rear wing. So then I built one myself for my Noble.
Oh, wow.
Well, before I built it myself, I went to a few buddies that own shops and stuff, and I'm like, hey, what would you charge me to do this? This is what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it'll probably be about 18,000 all said and done. And I'm like, I can do that myself.
Yeah.
Right? And like, I'm in construction, so I know my way around some tools, right?
Yeah.
Well, I can see why they wanted 15 to 18 grand, because it was so many like trial and error and cutting it back apart and redoing it. And I mean, it was a lot of work. So I learned a lot of appreciation from that.
Trying to get that second gear again.
Over a little bit more. Yeah, maybe there.
There we go.
Yeah.
New
That's an
transmission
interesting-
hasn't been broken in.
Yeah. And it's an interesting layout. Like you said, I'll have to take a picture of that and show the viewers what's going on here. But all the gears are slanted at, like, I would say a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Not the tightest gearbox I've ever
For sure. Well, and so you were a muscle car guy, or what?
Yeah.
What kind of cars were you into?
People are like, what car do you love the most? And I'm like, man, ever since I was a kid, I have two older brothers, and we played Matchbox cars every day because we didn't have phones and video games.
Right.
And it was always like, I was always enjoyed having the biggest Matchbox cars collection for my brother. So I'm an equal opportunity,
There you go.
lover of all things with four wheels.
Right.
But I tend to like the cars that were in movies or TV shows when I was growing up. So one of my first cars that I got was a '68 Charger.
Okay.
Not orange with a General Lee flag, but I built it, and I just thought those cars were so cool.
Yeah. Was that an E-body?
Yeah, it's 68 E-body. It's got a 440 in it that's been built.
I had a '69 440.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
I went through a Mopar phase as well.
Man, I love that car. It's super loud. But I'm really into Ford Broncos. I've been into them since high school.
Yeah.
My wife probably won't watch this, so it doesn't matter, but I've got like 5 of them. And about 3 of them that are ready to be restored.
And I'm assuming none are in your house.
No.
See, I've always said that's the key, because my wife, we were flying back from Maui recently, and we were kind of talking like if I died.
Yeah.
And so we went through all the titles, and they're not all fun cars, but we went through all the titles I have. I have 36 vehicles.
Yeah.
I would say probably 10 of them are for my construction company.
Yeah.
But that still means I have 26 toys. And I got a couple boats and motorcycles, so like that is in those numbers too. But the key is you have to have somewhere to store them.
Look at this guy, he's checking out the van.
But you have to have somewhere to store them.
Well, there's a
conflict.
There's a few funny stories in that we get cars delivered to us, and one of the first that and so they can be kept under wraps from the home CFO.
Right.
And one of the first ones was this guy said to me, he's like, "Hey, I'm having this Ferrari delivered. I'm gonna keep it here for like 6 months." I'm like, "Oh, are you doing a garage remodel or why such a finite amount of time?" He said, "Well, this is my Christmas present to myself, but my wife doesn't know it yet, so I have to wait until December to drive it home." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense."
Yeah, there you
So
go.
we hide some things from people from time to time.
Yeah. But that's valuable.
It is
You
valuable.
save a lot of fights.
What
You're a marriage saver.
What a lot of times happens is people discover us, they become a member, and then they go out and buy the car they want.
Right.
In Seattle, especially, you've got maybe a 2-car garage, so you're putting your dailies in there, and you don't want to put something cool outside. So we provide a platform for people to expand on their hobbies and
Their addiction.
yeah, and
It's a good addiction, though.
most people have 1 or 2 cars with us, but there's some that have 10 plus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And our model works too. The way we charge is you pay a membership once, and then every car on top of that is the same price.
That's awesome.
So,
well, and then if you had 10 cars here, you probably like to be there too.
you do.
Yeah.
And
Because if you got money to have 10 cars, you could probably have a garage yourself, but you probably want to come hang out here.
The
I noticed you have a barber shop down there.
Yep.
You have a sim racing. I mean,
Yep, cigar shop and a cigar room. But also we charge, I think Seattle's is $350 a month.
Oh, that's it.
And you can't park a car anywhere in Seattle for
No.
that much. You could go and rent a public storage, garage or barn or whatever. But you're going to be paying that much, if not more, and then you have none of the other assets or cool parts of the club. So.
Totally. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know off the top of your head what your memberships are for each tier outside of parking a car?
Yep. Social members $100 a month. A premium members $150 a month. Founding members are $250 a month.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we try and make it honestly affordable and approachable, and our members run the gamut as far as financial aspects. I like to characterize, especially the non-car people. They're like, "What? People belong to a social club for cars and motorcycles?" I'm like, well, you know, people play golf,
Yeah.
belong to golf clubs, and we just give people that opportunity to experience what they love. And the other analogy I draw is like, you know, you could have somebody at a Seahawks game and they're, you know, cheering, jumping up and down, spilling beer on each other, slapping high fives. One guy's got $5 in his pocket, the other guy's got $5 million in his bank account.
Totally.
They're enjoying the same things, and I think cars is the same way.
I would almost argue cars are the greatest equalizer from people that have money that don't. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell when somebody's a car person,
Yeah.
and you don't care how much money they have.
Right.
Like, I think,
You speak the same language.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, since I was a kid going to RTC, well, I shouldn't say kid, but I started going to RTC in 2011 in my second Pantera.
Uh-huh.
And like, I'm over here talking to Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't that
he's
cool?
talking to us just
Yeah,
like we're normal
totally,
people.
totally.
And I mean, he's like a huge celebrity. And then, like, I'm not going to say names, a lot of these guys are private, but a lot of these other big money people that
Yeah.
have amazing car collections,
Yeah.
if you just sound, they're out there in blue jeans, like,
Yep.
like New Balance shoes, like they're just normal people,
Just
and they have like
enjoying what they love.
probably billions of dollars.
And
like,
I think I use the Volkswagen and Porsche analogy a lot, where like they're both air-cooled cars, much different
Totally.
price tags, but
Yeah.
you know, two guys who own them will geek out with each other,
Right.
because they're sharing the same passion for the
Exactly.
same things.
Yeah, and I was just telling Naomi about how I've met so many people. He doesn't want to go, I
One
guess.
guy's waving me on, the other guy's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to Naomi about how I've met a lot of my friends, and like, I think that falls back into if you're a car person and genuine, you can tell when somebody else is. Like,
Yeah.
my best friend, Rob, he's 74. He drove past my house in his Pantera, and I hopped in my Pantera and chased him down,
Yeah.
and that was in like 2011,
Uh-huh.
and we've been best friends ever since.
Oh, that's awesome.
When we go on vacations together, and like I said, we're kind of like kindred spirits. I mean, he's
Yeah.
74,
Yeah.
and that's actually how I met Eric. He
Yeah.
drove by my house in his Ford GT. He's still in my phone, Eric Ford GT.
Yeah.
But he drives by, and I'm a huge Ford guy, so
Yeah.
like, to me,
His,
an 0506 Ford GT is the pinnacle car.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he drives by in the Ford GT. I hop in the Testarossa, and he had a Testarossa,
yeah,
and so like,
yeah.
we kind of hit it off because like, I loved his car and he liked what I had. I mean, he could appreciate we were kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And I would say me and Eric are in different tax brackets, but we're car people.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I 100% agree with you on that. Like, a car person is a car person.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter kind of where you land.
And so that's what we're trying to create as a platform for these people to meet each other. You chase people down on the street.
There you
go.
go.
At the shop, you can just show up to a social event on a Thursday and meet
it's
other
probably
guys.
a little easier.
Yeah, well, you know, I know we're just trying to, and you know, I feel like I'm getting old. I'm 52, but I look at the way that people communicate, interact, and I just think there's no replacing, you know, in-person,
Totally.
you know, experiences. And as much as technology and social media and social platforms and social networks and AI wants to change that, I just think what we do and what we're providing is going to be more and more valuable for people as time goes on, because you know, it's you know, a rare thing to connect with people that, you know, who have the same likes
Totally.
and values.
Yeah. Well, you know, something that you've said so far kind of resonated with me. I've got an old commercial booth. It was an old fire station, built in like 1912.
Cool.
And so with that building, what I wanted to do was like have something similar to what you're doing, only with youth only.
Okay.
Like, to get the kids in there,
Yeah.
almost like make a kids club that the kids could come and learn how to work on cars. And that was something like, growing up as a kid, my dad was into cars and stuff, and I know a lot of other kids don't have that.
I know. I wonder, it's interesting. I feel like I learned how to do it out of necessity.
Yeah.
I wanted something cool to drive. or I didn't have the money to buy something.
Right.
So I bought an old motorcycle and fixed it up, or bought an old car and fixed it up, and you know, I just don't know that I see it. And we're trying to build it too.
Yeah.
Where, you know, if parents are members, kids are free. You
Right.
know. And we do a lot of things for kids. We do matchbox races once or
really?
twice a year where we build
awesome.
tracks, and then another thing we do is Pinewood Derby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so kids build, you know, Pinewood Derby cars and race them, and
Wow.
we're trying to do everything we can
Yeah.
to get more kids involved. One of the things that we're actually going to launch is a how-to class for 16-year-olds, like, you know, safety, like,
Totally.
and basics of cars, like
That's awesome.
how do I measure the oil? You know,
Right.
how do I jumpstart a car?
Or
How do I-
change a tire.
Yeah,
It
how
can
do I
save your
change-
life.
How do I change a flat tire?
Yeah. I mean, you might be on the side of the road. It could be life or death.
Yeah.
If you don't get that tire.
So we're gonna do that as another community sort of building thing.
That's awesome.
You know, to give back a little bit. You know, help people get more familiar and comfortable with cars. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I had no clue you guys did all this stuff. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
yeah.
Well, I think we're back to the shop, huh? We can wrap this up.
Okay.
I appreciate you talking to us and telling us a little bit about what you guys have going on. I encourage all of you listeners and viewers, because we're going to have this on multiple platforms, to check you guys out.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity
Totally.
to tell more about it, and people can check us out at theshopclubs.com. That's clubs with an S.
Perfect.
And you can come check out our website, come to our events. You can subscribe to our Instagram feed, and we post all of our events that we do for the community. Most of our events are open to the community that we do in our parking lots. You know, come check us out. We'd love to have you.
Definitely. Alrighty. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.